The date is June 11th. It is Max Part's third solve in round 1 of Pride in Long Beach 2023. It seems like any other ordinary solve, but little does he know, he's about to make history. Yeah! 3.13 seconds. That is an astonishing 34 hundredths of a second faster than the previous world record. But how did we get here? The Rubik's Cube was invented in 1974 by Erno Rubik, a Hungarian professor of architecture at the Academy of Applied Arts and Design. One day he decided, as a way of teaching three-dimensional geometry to his students, to slap a bunch of random wooden blocks together, and voila! The world's first Rubik's Cube is born. Originally called the Magic Cube, Erno decided to start selling this toy, but it didn't get much attention. That is until 1980, when the Ideal Toy Company started selling this puzzle under the name Rubik's Cube. The newly renamed Rubik's Cube blew up, and within its first 2 years, it already reached over 100 million sales. Naturally, when people got their hands on this cube for the first time and tried to solve it, they were completely stumped. That was until Hank Bremer published his book, Ein paar Friderich. This roughly translated to a couple of cube turns. This book teaches you the corners first method of solving the Rubik's Cube, where you first solve the corners, and then you solve the rest of the cube, as the name implies. Equipped with this new method, the world got faster and faster and more competitive than ever before, and they took that with them, going into the first Rubik's Cube World Championships in 1982, held in Budapest, Hungary, the birthplace of the cube. The winning time? 22.95 seconds. Not much compared to our current results, but that would soon change. With the rise of the internet in the 1990s, online communities started popping up everywhere. Tutorials started emerging, and resources were abundant. There was never a better time to start speedcubing. Even then, there was still one glaring issue. People were reaching the limit with the corners first method. No matter how much you practiced, it just wasn't going to cut it. Luckily, some people have foreseen this. More specifically, one person. Jessica Fridrich. Jessica released her new method to the public in 1995. It was called the Fridrich method, more commonly known nowadays as the CFOT method. As you may know, the CFOT method is still the most popular method today, and it was revolutionary back then. But with all this new hype around speedcubing, someone had to step in and organize everything. The World Cube Association was founded in 2003 by Ron Van Brookum and Tyson Mao. The World Cube Association is the governing body for all official competitions worldwide, overseeing all solves and making sure everyone stays in line. The first competition officially recognized and governed by the World Cube Association is the 2003 World Championships, held in Toronto, Canada. There were not any significant leaps in cubing in the next 7 years, though Cube4U did start selling their DIY kits, where you had to assemble your own cube. These were slightly better than the Rubik's brands, which were the industry standard at the time, though their naming scheme was quite boring. Type A, Type B, Type C, etc. People had known for a while now that these cubes would not cut it. They were flimsy, hard to turn, and very stiff. One company, Diane, took hold of this gap in the market in fashion, releasing their first puzzle, the Diane Guhong version 1, in mid-2010. This cube absolutely shattered the market. It had reverse corner cutting, which opened the gates for turning previously thought unimaginable. A year after that, in 2011, Diane released another hit puzzle, the Diane Zanchi. This puzzle had great corner cutting for the time and smooth turning, allowing it to become the industry standard, you could say. Unfortunately, after this, Diane's relevance started fading away. The Moyo Weilong, released in 2013, further improved on things like corner cutting, speed, and turning. This cube marked the start of an era of vast improvement in cubing, starting with cubes like the GAM 356 Air, which focused on its lightweight and frictionless design, and the Chi Evolve, which focused on its stability and control. Then in 2016, arguably the greatest advancement in all of cubing hardware took place. The Cubicle.com, then known as the Cubicle.us, started producing the world's first ever magnetic cubes, the Moyo Weilong GTSM, as part of their Cubicle Labs premium cube service. GAN quickly followed suit in early 2017 by releasing the world's first factory magnetized 3x3, the GAN 356 AR-UM. Now, magnets are an industry standard in the cubing community. Also, yes, that was a very long name, but nowadays it's not surprising to see a cube with like double-digit syllables in its name. More try Tianma X3 plus V4 3x3 maglev plus UV. As the cubing community continues to grow, cubing companies are releasing more high-quality puzzles than ever before. So now there are hundreds of viable options on the market rather than just one or two in the past. The WCA and cubing community in general are still growing to this day. In fact, over 12,000 competitions have been held since the 2003 World Championships. So, what are you waiting for? Pick up a cube, join this beautiful community, have fun, and subscribe. Wait, what? Who said that?